In 2014, a company called CodeSpaces died in about 12 hours. The AWS console was compromised, and an attacker deleted their EBS snapshots, their S3 buckets, their machine instances, and all the backups. And the company was shut down permanently. In April of 2026, a Claude agent deleted an entire production database and its backups, and their latest recovery point was a 4-day-old snapshot. These are different stories, but they have the same failure mode. This is programmatic destruction at machine speed.
Yeah, thanks, Aaron. Yeah, that brings back kind of an old security trope we've been using for years, right? Security here is not, it's the brakes on the car, right? And it's not there just so you can stop the car. It's there so you can safely go faster. So you have some kind of control when things get out of control.
Absolutely. I mean, just from my work in cloud over the past more than a decade, I'm having some deja vu. I feel like these errors and these problems are very similar. In it been kind of saying the same thing for a long time. Humans don't need to write to prod, and same now I have to say agents also don't need to write to prod. The only thing that writes to prod is your CI/CD pipeline. At the end of a deterministic CI pipeline with gates and checks, you know it's going to behave the same way every time.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to go back to the automobile analogy for a minute. These are the guardrails on the road. So you're driving and you know you can stop if things go wrong. But what if you suddenly swerve off the road, right? We want to keep everyone from off-roading. We want to keep everyone on that road that we have clearly defined. There was a lot of challenge for us to make sure that we did that and we did that right.
Yeah, and we're talking about kind of internal enablement. I mean, you have to thwart the bad actors on the outside as well. But what we're really focusing on here is building an environment where we're moving the foot gun from good people and now good agents who need to move fast. This really isn't new advice, right? If you, Amazon Steve Schmidt has been talking about this for several years and called, reducing human access to data his single biggest lever for reducing risk at Amazon. AI agents have only made this principle more important.
Yeah. So we in security, we're being called upon to do what we have always done, for ourselves, for our customers, for whomever. All the controls are still important. We have our human controls, our technical controls, and those are building those guardrails we talked about, right? Those are putting those brakes on the car because we have to guard against, the speed to compromise. Compromise is getting much faster. A mistake can cause a much more catastrophic and widespread incident. And a vulnerability can get exploited within moments, whether we introduce that vulnerability, a vendor introduces that vulnerability, or it's a vulnerability due to someone's inaction or their mistaken action. So we have to do what we've done. We have to do it more effectively, and we have to do it with speed in mind.
Absolutely. But this all, again, kind of sounds like the same advice I've been giving companies since 2013. It really hasn't changed. What's changed is now is the cost of ignoring it. What was once a bad weekend is now easily permanent, right? So we don't want to see the code spaces or the database deletion use cases anymore going forward. So that's what we're here to share. Gerard, are we going to talk about this?
Yeah. So this wasn't a simple project. It wasn't a single project. It was a monolithic project. We had to involve everyone in the organization. We had to involve many steps within the process to make sure that we had our gates in place, right? So we're going to share this kind of multi-tiered approach that we developed, some of the pains we experienced in doing it, a lot of the quick wins we learned, and we'll be sharing that with anyone who comes to join us at the Rocky Mountain Information Security Conference in June.
Nice. And we can walk through how we built this internally at RKON, including the policies and their readiness model and the infrastructure and the operating model that makes stupid hard. So come join us.
Thanks. See you then.